Well, there's more than just talk about a new labour movement federation. In fact, it could be launched as early as the 1st of May Day, which would then give us 5 trade union federations in the country. And that, quite honestly, is worrying fragmentation. And it's among many worries within the labour movement at the moment, particularly within the COSATU unions. The South African Transport and Allied Workers Union, for example, there seems to be a purge going on there of shop stewards amid a lot of financial controversy. There are also allegations of mismanagement, financial mismanagement, within the largest of the municipal workers' unions, SAMU, the South African Municipal Workers' Union, with the Hawks now involved, I believe. And then, of course, there's all the goings on within POPCRU, which is quite messy. The result of all of this, I think, is that the labour movement is now weaker than it has been since the transition from apartheid in 1994. And there are also problems with political affiliations, not just the usual ones, the national ones with the affiliation of COSATU to the governing ANC, but also on an international level with affiliations by whom we don't even know at this stage, whether NUMSA is involved, whether COSATU is involved. COSATU is going to stage a congress for the WFTU, the World Federation of Trade Unions, which includes the unions of countries like Syria and North Korea. So it's really a bit of a mess. At the very same time that there's general agreement about us heading for a very rough ride in the South African economy. There's the collapse of the rand, the severe drought, and the ongoing global economic crisis, which has been going on since 2008. Before we get onto the situation here regarding water supplies, water quality, there are all sorts of problems. And to one degree or another, all of us are affected by these events. Caused by a lack of foresight and a lack of planning, and the free market vagaries, this anarchic free market in which we live. But the most affected people of all are the low paid, those people on fixed incomes, people like pensioners, let alone that huge 7 million plus army of the unemployed, men and women who just cannot find work. And the reason that they're the most affected is that the cost of basic food exceeds the inflation rate, CPI, Consumer Price Index. So buying power of the low paid is eroded, and food is the only area over which they have complete control. Now, you have to pay for electricity, you have to pay for transport, that is set. You have to pay for water, that is set. So the only area over which people in the low paid areas have control is over food. And therefore they have to cut back on food if they don't have the money. How, for example, would you feed a family of 4 on, say, 1,000 Rand a month, or even less? And that is the lot of so many people in this country today. And that's the area I hope to unpack in my Inside Labour column this week, which you can access on this platform, Fin24, tomorrow, and a version of which will appear in City Press in the business section on Sunday. In the meantime, your comments, criticisms, suggestions are always welcome at editor@fin24.com. That's editor@fin24.com. And for this week, that's all from me. Cheers.